how do we ensure that these good players we have, Jordan, Inaki, Bukari, and Kudus himself are fed properly so they can create the chances and possibly, give us a good game? What must we be doing?
Well, I think we must get something right, which is some of the players are individually brilliant. I mean, they have the brilliance to change the course of our game at some point. And that is what we saw of Kudus last, was it Thursday or so, when we played Egypt. And I think that brilliance is going to come at play or to play again. What's important, however, is how we are able to make the brilliance of some of our players work in our favor. And the point I'm making is Kudus on that day held Ghana on his shoulders. And unfortunately, careless mistakes cost us. If you are a team and individual players are able to give you results like what Kudus attempted to do, and the team is not able to work in a manner that steers the team to the point all of us desire, you concede goals in the manner we did, rather cheaply and rather easily, you are going to suffer. So I am looking at, you mentioned Jordan, there's Kudus, there are the others. They can all come to the party, as we usually say, and give us the kind of performance we expect from them. But how would the team be able to hold themselves together to the end where we all will say, this is what we expected them to do, and they've done it? Because, to be honest with you, I was very disappointed on Thursday against Egypt. I didn't watch the match because I had other things doing, and I decided to concentrate on those things. Yet, even in my concentration elsewhere, I kept checking what was happening. And when I heard Ghana was in the lead, I was so happy, only to come back and check again, and we were down. And later, when I saw the goals, I said, no team defends this way. No team plays this way. And you see, even when you play well, you can lose. But when you gift opportunities to an opponent in the manner we did, then there is something fundamentally wrong with you. And I think what is wrong with us is that I don't know whether it was Benjamin or one of our colleagues did some work on how Ghana has conceded in the last year or so. And you can clearly tell that anytime either we go up or anytime we're under pressure, we crumble easily. And from the work I saw, it's always the case that within 2 to 5 minutes, when we go up, we concede. And that, for me, is a mental problem. I'm not saying that
it's a mindset problem. I think Coach also alluded to that.
The mental attitude of the players ought to be checked, because at this level, you expect your team to have character, the sort of mental character that will ensure that even if it's a slim lead they have the attitude that will help them maintain the lead to the end. Because against Egypt, we're not 3-0 up. We're not 4-0 up. Sometimes even when there's that big margin of lead, if you are not careful, it can be whittled down to a draw. And perhaps the opponent will even scale over and win the game. So all I'm saying is that I think what we did against Egypt was more like a gusto performance. It was because we knew we were playing Egypt, and so we had to put our best on the table. And I think a number of the players did that. For instance, Kudus really showed us that he has the quality to drive this thing. But it comes down to what they can do as a unit. Because I trust the brilliance of the individual players, but if as a unit they can't protect their lead, they cannot hold on to what they have prepared for, and in the end it crashes like the way it did, I'm sorry, we are not going to progress. And see, I would wish that we also downscale our expectation. Because you see, it looks like everybody is looking at how we make progress. Yes, progress is important. But take it from me, even if we get to the group stage, I mean, we get over the group stage and get to the knockout, we are still going to be confronted with the reality that our team is not as good as we think it is. And I would wish that we pay attention to the building blocks of this team so that irrespective of where we exit, we come back home and build on that. That is something we have not been doing. I mean, the problems of the Black Stars, I have constantly said, has to do with the way managers of the team are handling the team. It is not about the players. Yes, the players are always in the focus within 90.
I think we're having a network challenge with Jerome's connection.
2 minutes is over. We have to look at.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we have to look at that aspect of the game, because in my view, that is what is killing us. If we are not going to pay attention to the fundamentals of national team building, which we all know. I mean, today it's not so difficult to establish those things. There must be consistency in player selection. There must be consistency in coaching. There must be good decision making at the top, those who take decisions for the team. These are things we have to look at so that if AFCON 2023 is over, we are coming to continue from where we left or whatever we've been able to build. But if we come back and there's a disintegration of the team on the management level, on the playing body level, even within the public domain, we are not even sure where the national team is going. I tell you, there will be another AFCON and we will have to come back having the same discussion. I mean, I have had this discussion in the last 3 AFCONs. And I'm telling you that if we don't sit up and decide what we want to do with our senior national team and the other national teams and be clear in mind where we are going, I tell you, we are always going to have these kind of problems that we have seen.
Very well.